Welcome to the SPHINX, the ultimate solo base, a perfect blend of being cozy, defendable and strong. It takes some inspiration from aloneintokyo's designs and their common features, such as external TC passageways and low wall peaks, while also maintaining my unique building style. Most impressive of all, a new one-way peak within the shooting floor to fight raid bases, which remains completely invisible. These peaks can be used within a 360-degree shooting floor area, where you can defend the base from almost entirely, which also comes with some nice Patrico peaks. It is equipped with strong turret pods that cover both the roof and compound in case of a breach. Not only the turrets, but flank respawn bedrooms can be used to defend pummel raids when the side of the base is opened up. Multiple respawn areas are connected to the shooting floor via mobility chutes, allowing you to have the highest chance of a successful raid defense. Pairing all of these great features with a cozy, spacious, bunkered interior makes the SPHINX the base for you. I would like to quickly thank everyone for the amazing support recently. It is always greatly appreciated. Starting off the tour outside the base, this area is covered by these low wall peaks from multiple places. The TCs are connected via passageways. These can be changed for disconnectable TCs if you would like. They come with a double door airlocked entrance to make sure that you can clear the surroundings before you advance. Heading into one of the flank passageways, we have space for a farm area as well as these low wall peaks. These look across the compound outside your base as well as the roof. These can be used with silent weapons to great effect, which can be used to surprise raiders. Here is one of our 6 main flank bedrooms where you have space to split loot, upping the raid cost. Here is the upkeep of each external TC. There are 3 of them on this base. Entering the base, we have this Patrico peak area where you can actually watch outside and inside the compound. We use planter boxes to create a perfect height for the crouching meta. There are also drop boxes here. Using the wide gaps within this area, you can clear the other side of the compound before you advance. Coming round to one of the 3 entrances, 2 of these lead up to the shooting floor as our mobility chutes. This will keep raiders guessing to the correct route to the TC. This base is symmetrical by 3 and we enter the other side now. In this section here we can check outside our compound as well as watch for door campers. This base comes with amazing angles that you can use to clear the outside of your compound with. Going up this jump up, we enter one of our other 6 bedrooms. Up here is one of your main respawn points with space for a locker and small boxes. Jumping up to one of these low wall areas, we can use this to check into the compound as well as on top of the TC passageways. These low wall peaks can be used to look back into your base in case of a breach. These can be used in a pummel raid situation where your core is already opened up. Coming round to the other side of the compound, we have our main entrance. I would recommend using the same single door skins so it keeps raiders guessing. We enter through the single door airlock into our secondary loot area. There is space here for 2 secondary loot rooms as well as deployables such as your electric furnaces. On the right hand side we have space for a repair bench and extra boxes. You can access the large boxes behind the repair bench like so. On the left hand side we have space for your level 3 workbench and research table. Before entering our bunker area we will go up to the shooting floor. We enter the shooting floor through this ladder hatch and armoured door. Here is one of our low wall stair peaks that we can use to get a range of angle. This can be used as a one-way against raid bases as shown in the preview. It can also be used effectively with grenades from the safety of your base. The shooting floor also comes with these nice Patrico peaks where you can gain some decent angles. These peaks are covered from raid bases uniquely using ramps. I've kept the shooting floor open for increased mobility. The area is also covered by 3 turrets, 1 on each side. There is also space for an electric furnace area above your entrance. Jumping up onto this single triangle area we have our 360-degree shooting floor. This can be used to shoot into the compound in case of a breach as well as outside the compound. You can close some of the doors to create a bit more cover. On 2 of the 3 sides we have these mobility chutes. These can be used to quickly exit your shooting floor. As well as checking for door raids, this can be used as a quick way to retake your shooting floor. Now we enter our core bunker area. Here is the simple starter core, and here is the upkeep of the main TC. I would like to note that the high quality metal includes the armoured doors, so this can be reduced. By placing a square roof here and upgrading it to metal or high quality metal, you can seal your bunker. The foundation should be upgraded to wood, otherwise it can be splashed as twig through the walls. You can simply hatchet this out when you get online to open your bunker. Once it is opened, you can place this twig staircase or furnaces to access your second floor. The roof is covered by 3 turrets behind chain link, as well as 3 SAM sites on each side. These also extend the privilege of the external TCs to prevent griefing. These turrets can actually watch a compound breach in case the wall is destroyed. These can lock onto raiders at this distance. Starting off the build, you want to place these foundations down to claim your build spot. You can expand from a simple 1x1 if you don't have the resources for this. Make sure to place a double door frame and then place the TC on the right hand side. For the sake of the build video, I will just add garage doors instantly. On the back side, you can add shelves like so. This should be done with twig of course and not metal. This is your basic starter. Now we will expand. Make sure that you upgrade this square to wood and no further. This is used for your bunker later. On the opposite side, you want to place 1 raised triangle foundation, but at this stage you can just upgrade it to metal or stone. Wall in the top to prevent soft siding, and then you can add a frame here as well. Now we complete the jump up like so, making sure to add a half-height shelf for storage. To use your jump up, you can place some twig stairs or furnaces like I showed in the tour. You may need to reverse the direction of these double doors to place the twig. This can then be quickly expanded for more space for deployables. On the left and right we have space for our secondary loot rooms, so we must honeycomb the lower levels. Make sure to add a wall in the middle to prevent splash damage. This can be left as stone if you do not have the metal early on. On the top side you can either place a frame instantly if you have a ladder hatch, or you can place a wooden triangle that you can hatch it out later. For the sake of the build video, I will put a ladder hatch frame. Now expand your second floor like so. To access your base, you must place this honeycomb and a ramp. You may have issues placing this foundation here if you place the ramp first. If not, you can place it like so. This should be upgraded to metal later on. I recommend adding an airlock for extra security. Now we will honeycomb the base. This is important to hide the bunker. When adding these walls as honeycomb, make sure you leave them as stone, as we will rotate these later. On the other two sides to your entrance, you should add these ladder hatch frames here for your mobility chutes. Make sure to add a half-height floor for your jump up. You can then honeycomb the left hand side and add a door to the right hand side. I recommend adding this early on as it can confuse raiders during a door raid. When placing this garage door, make sure the roller is facing outwards, as this is where the ladder hatch will be. If both garage doors are facing inwards, you won't be able to use it. Then place a single door here and windows on the other sides. This is what the base should look like. Now to complete our jump up, we can add these half walls and then a floor on top with a low wall. To complete the shooting floor, we can place these frames and then triangle floors on top. Then add square frames for your jump ups. Then you want to seal it in using the roofs and walls like so. I recommend also adding these frames here for increased stability. Now you can add your stairs, making sure they face outwards. Make sure the garage doors face outwards. Make sure you add horizontal window embrasures that face inwards. Now we will do our external TC passageways. I would like to note that symmetry is on right now, so you must repeat this on the other two sides. You can upgrade these two foundations to stone, but make sure this inner one is left twig. Instead of the usual wide gapping of building out by 2 squares in a triangle, we must build out by 3 squares in a triangle. This is due to us using a square. Once you have achieved the wide gap, you can upgrade this square foundation. Then you want to build out by another 4 squares and cap off with a triangle. This final triangle will be your TC. Early on into the wipe, you can just leave this as a window embrasure and that's it. I recommend upgrading all of these foundations to stone just to keep it connected. Now you can place your TC. You can now just leave the base like this for a while, however we will finish the expansion. Make sure when placing these triangle floors you do not place the one in the middle. This one here is correct off the external TC. If you place this triangle frame here, you will not be able to place this TC or replace it later, so it must be in this configuration. You can expand off the TC to increase the raid cost. This can be done early on into the wipe to add an extra bedroom respawn area. You should also honeycomb the TC with stone. This is what the base should look like. Now we will try to complete the compound as early as possible. You should expand off this area with one triangle, one square, and then another triangle, making sure to add the 2 door frames as well as the half wall and low walls for this peak. Add a ramp and make sure you upgrade this to metal later on. Now you can expand like so. Add frames either side of this triangle floor, making sure to upgrade the floor to metal. Then place floor grills, this will prevent soft siding. You will not be able to place this half height jump up if you do not have the skinned version of metal. You can fix this by adding this ramp here, but this will reduce the raid cost. You should upgrade the metal or stone to a skinned version. This will allow you to place this half height jump up. Now add half walls and low walls and then a jump up on top of it with a double door frame. And then you can wall in the back, upgrading to metal. Add half height walls here like so. You can replace this half height wall with a low wall for throwing grenades through. You will expand by only 2 frames here. I would recommend also upgrading this to metal if you have the necessary resources. The reason we have left this stone is so when we upgrade to metal we can rotate it. Now we will complete our gatehouse so we can complete the compound. Place half walls on the inside for upper trigger peaks. On top we can complete our turret pod. This is simply done by placing half walls and then frames. Make sure that you fill these frames with chain link before you place the barricades. Now we can complete the compound by placing the walls. You can place them like so, making sure to leave a gap in the Patrico peak on your right. You can place twig floors on either side to help place the barricades. You should cover these gaps with a stone barricade to protect the turrets. Once you have the necessary resources, you can now expand your passageway. Make sure the doors open outwards to create the airlock. When placing these ramps, make sure you have the low wall on the left hand side. You can add floors to the top and upgrade the triangles to metal to prevent soft siding. You should only add the frames on the inside area and not on both sides. I will correct this later. It should look like this. Now we will extend the external TC privilege like so. This will also be used for our SAM site areas. This is how we create our turret pods to cover the roof and compound. Make sure to upgrade the frames to metal and the turret pod itself. Now to complete our Patrico peaks, we can place these frames and floors like so. You can now add a stone ramp to cover the gaps on top. When placing these turrets, you should place them as far forward as possible. The final 3 turrets can be placed in the shooting floor like so. Now we will run through some deployables, shortly followed by upgrades. This large planter can be replaced with 2 smaller ones if you want increased mobility. Once you've completed placing deployables, I'd recommend upgrading all of the core to high quality metal. You should also upgrade these floors to high quality metal for increased protection. But most important of all, you should upgrade these ramps to high quality metal to protect your shooting floor as well as create the one-way conditionals. And that completes the build. Thank you for watching.